Welcome everybody, I'm Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com, the largest search engine for wristwatches and official retailers on the net, and I am at Baselworld 2018 with Porsche Design, and with me is Rolf Bergmann, who is the CTO, Chief Technical Officer of Porsche Design.
Yes, that's correct.
Watches, timepieces. But
yes.
You come from the automobile. You have been.
I'm engineer of the automobile industry, and I am with Porsche since more than 20 years, or for more than 20 years.
So you have been working with cars before?
Yes, I have been working with cars. It's actually my passion, my life, and then I switched over to Porsche Design, and in 2014 we decided to found a subsidiary in Solothurn, Switzerland, the Porsche Design Timepieces AG, and I'm responsible for this company to bring the link from the car industry to the watches what we are creating now.
This is what I wanted to talk with you about. The new Porsche Design timepieces are now melting with the cars. In the one hand side, you are integrating a lot of technology coming from the car into the watches, and you are linking some models and more models to cars.
Yeah, but we should be a little bit more precise. Porsche Design timepieces ever were linked or have been linked to the car. So Mr. Ferdinand Alexander Porsche also have had a strict link to the car. He designed the 911 in 1963, and when he founded his own design studio in 1972 in Austria, in Zell am See, the first product he created was a watch, and this watch was only matte black with white printed indices.
Yeah,
and that came up from the car, from the dashboard of the race cars. And in 1980, he created the first watch completely made from titanium, because titanium is heavily used in motorsports, in the engines, in the race engines, because it's lightweight, durable and strong, and for a watch, absolutely perfect in fitting, in wearing, and also in anti-allergic reaction.
So let me correct myself. You are more melting now.
We are more melting. We are back in melting with the cars. Yes.
No, I wanted to refer on what you did recently, meaning that you have been integrating some parts of the intake valves in one of your chronographs, and you have been producing a piece now that is very much linked to a limited sports car of Porsche. So tell me about these two ways of bringing Porsche into Porsche Design and Porsche Design into Porsche.
Yes. On one hand, it's a product, what you can see, what is for the customer, and the customer can buy. One time he can buy it with a car, strictly linked to a car, and on the other hand, he can buy it in the dealership without the car. But at the end of the day, the technology behind is strictly linked to the car. So the way of development of product, we have created a product development process which is similar with the car development process. So with strict milestones, with a with the early integration of suppliers in this process, so that every partner in this process is from the first beginning in the same information status and know what to do. And on the other hand, we have a production system. Porsche has a special production system, and we transferred this special production system to Solothurn. So our production in Solothurn is also created like a lean production. So, and we produce every watch as a single piece, strictly linked to the customer order. So the customer can decide what he wants to have, and we produce the watch. So we have to do this because the watches for the 911 Turbo S exclusive series is very, very high variation and is strictly linked to the coloration of the car with the leather and so on.
So you're really able to react quickly to customers' need.
Yes.
So you have been lining up a lot of spare parts, and you have the.
No. You don't have a big stock.
You don't have a stock.
You have to involve
just in time.
Yes, you have just in time. You have to involve the suppliers for that.
Okay.
And then you have a line. The line goes back to the single suppliers.
So it's really taken out of the automobile industry.
Yes, that's true. Yes. So you don't have a big warehouse and a big stock of parts. So that would be a wasted project.
Okay.
So, but at the end of the day, it's crucial what the customer wishes.
How were you able to bring your suppliers to deliver in time and so quick?
Yes,
this is quite difficult in the industry.
Yes, but you have to talk with the suppliers, and when you explain what you want, and when you support them, then you can reach this target. At the end of the day, it's the same like in the car industry.
Okay.
Also, there are suppliers, and you have to talk to each other.
Okay. Can you give me an example how deep this goes in sense of how many choices the customer has, for instance, on a particular watch?
For the watch.
Can you hold that micro just?
Yes,
I will
yes,
just open the box.
Yes.
And show this in the camera.
So this watch came up with the original coloration of the car, which original paint, and
it's linked to the Porsche
911 Turbo S exclusive series, and you can have 24 different variations for the watch head.
Thank you very much. So 24 variations are possible.
Yes.
And the watch will only be sold to owners of the car.
Yes,
This
and there's
edition.
only one watch for each car at
Okay.
a maximum, and you cannot buy a second watch.
Okay. And you will have matching numbers.
Yes, the watch is strictly linked to the car, and the car has a limitation number, and the watch has then the same limitation number.
Okay.
So when
that's
yeah.
the one hand side. The other hand
One hand
side is the piece we have here. So if we take the chronograph, where you have been using technology coming from the car to enlighten technology and to help
Yes.
to improve technology with a chronograph.
Yes, what we have here on Basel Fair this year is then that we transferred the movement and the technology of this special watch for the cars to the serial watch. So we have here the chrono timer flyback.
Maybe you can hold it in the
Yes.
camera a little bit. Yeah.
And this watch also carries the flyback chronograph, as you can see here,
Yeah.
with the carbon dial, with the indices, and with the interchangeable strap. So you can
great.
remove the strap easily, and then you can have a look on the watch.
So strap on,
Strap on,
off,
strap
off, and
off.
up.
Yes.
Great. And you have a choice of leather straps that come with, or can you change to a metal bracelet or
Yes, you
leather
can change
bracelet?
to the
or-
metal bracelet that also we
Yeah.
have done for the car watch. So there's a metal bracelet of titanium. You can also switch
Okay.
to the watch head. Yes.
Very interesting.
So
Look, can you see that? What does it look like? Let's let the people guess. Yeah. So we just explained what do we see on the backside?
on the backside we see the Werk 01.200.
Yeah.
It's the first Porsche Design movement with a flyback functionality and the special Porsche Design
So
icon
it's
rotor.
really, because I was questioning, it's really the first in-house movement done
Yes.
with Porsche. So you're
Yes.
having your in-house movements
Yes.
now.
Yes, and we did it because we need the flyback function for
Yeah.
our customers, and therefore we decided to
Go,
bring it in this movement. Yes.
Yeah. So you invested correctly in some technology and you did your own movement. That's a good
Yes.
step. This is why I held the movement into the camera and to show it's not the SV500 or Valjoux 775.
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
yeah. Great.
Exactly.
Great. Let me quickly talk about
The monoblock.
Yeah, the monoblock and the technology. You were, as an engineer, explain us in quick words what parts of the engine, the intake valves, you took. I don't know the right word. Schlepphebel.
That's a rocker arm. That's a rocker arm.
Okay, thank you. Rocker
It's
arm.
a rocker arm,
And you have been integrating this rocker arm into the start, stop,
Yes.
and reset function.
the technical principle behind is the same like in the steering of the engine. So you have a camshaft, and the camshaft is pushing the rocker arm. So here you have the fingers, and the fingers are pushing the rocker arm. And the rocker arm is pushing a valve stem, which is directly linked with the movement. It's the same like in the car. And it's heavily sealed, so this watch is dynamical water protected, so you can adjust it and you can use it underwater. And the original part is not much more bigger because the original rocker arm
So
of the car
this is that what is in the engine.
Yes, and you can see here.
Oh, okay.
It's not such a big part.
Yeah. The purpose of doing this was design, because you wanted to integrate the pushers into the case and not having pushers that are typically, as we have it on this chronograph, you have the pushers, and here you see you have integrated pushers when you don't see them.
Yes,
and
that
you
was
needed to
also-
find a solution to do this.
That was also the idea of Mr. Ferdinand Alexander Porsche in 1980 to bring the pushers most heavily in the case. With the technology today, we can do it at the maximum, so you can bring it precisely in the case, and so we have here the functionality to
And was it
act precisely.
was it obvious to go and see what you can find in an engine, or was this idea done with a good bottle of red wine, or did an
Yeah.
engineer from Zuffenhausen or from the
Yeah,
development
from Weissach, yes.
from Weissach, someone came
yes.
and said, "Hey, you could do that." With
Yeah, at the end of the day, in the first time, it was very difficult to bring it in the case. What the designers have had the idea, and technically, it was not so easy to bring it in the case. So then we hand over to an engineer in Weissach, an engineer of the engine, because I note that in the engine there are some small parts that are very, very fast and very precise in acting the engine. So, and then we talked to these guys and we asked them to
design
support this technique behind, so that we can bring the design in the watch.
But it's really coming from Weissach, from the development center of
Porsche. Yes, there was an engineer with us, and we have looked to the tolerances and to the measurements, and then we very important, we did it not for ourselves, so we did it with the supplier of the case. That's simultaneous engineering, so you have to talk to the supplier and bring the supplier on the table where you are sitting. To create it in common.
So you're really melting the best of car making with the best of watchmaking and making various things possible.
So to say, for
design,
us, you do it.
You do design by technology of the car.
Yes.
You do limited editions with cars.
Yes.
And so it's really getting a very technical and very affiliated timepiece with cars now.
Yes, and at the end of the day, it's very important what the customer is expecting from us. So Porsche Design timepieces is a little bit under promise and over fulfillment. So it's very important that the customer is in the middle of our thinking. And at the end of the day, we do the watches not for us, we do it for the customers.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Chief Technical Officer of Porsche Design. Thank you very much for watching. It was a very interesting presentation of what you can do if you want and how to melt some technology coming out of cars. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and of course to like our videos.